Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Um, so popping in, I wanted to make a bit of essentially a notes video about what's been going on for the month, and I got her on the weekly summons, so yeah! So this is the thing, I have her now. Now I'm upset because I've been pulling on her for like weeks. Weeks, man. Anyway, I digress. Welcome. So I wanted to go over since it's the first of the month, I want to like have everybody like say hello, welcome to another video. This is going to be the essentially the summary for the August month. For the month of August, banner wise, as well as just a general just update about my account state currently, as well as just going over a couple events, perhaps new stuff that we've seen overall. Um, yeah, but no, there's like a bunch of stuff that I just want to talk about, and since I typically never planned these, and this was going to be like one of those things I did plan. Welcome, and yeah, no, I get a little bit like flustered by the sudden uh, weekly 5-star or weekly SS character that it just got. But yeah, no, that's what happened. But yeah, let's get into it a little bit. So we had a couple of summer banners that I want to talk about. So bringing this back up, so we've had quite a few banners. I'm gonna have to double check for the month of August, but I do believe I will have to actually pull up some of my own videos for that type of stuff. Let's go from the beginning. So we have Summer in the Wild event boss. This I believe is the Lost in Summer. No, Summer in the Wild. Was that the one? No. Okay. Jeremy Summer here. No, Summer in the Wild is from the Alpha Zeta quest thing. Yeah, so we've had like 2 different events. We've gotten Delta. Delta wasn't until was Delta recent actually? 7 weeks ago. That's like 3. That's like 2 months ago. Gamma. When was Gamma? You have to go back. But yeah, no, like let me actually start with the overall account breakdown. So over the past summer, like over the past August, right? So in my perspective, right? So what we've actually done is not necessarily that much, sadly. Um, it has really just been with the new so Gamma definitely did come along actually. Gamma did drop. Yeah, we tried that on New Sanctuary. So Shadowfist Gamma did drop. So we've had Shadowfist Gamma. We've had these are starting out rough. Let me actually see. Let's go to the inbox because I think this will give me a more open kind of idea in this stuff. Assuming it lets me scroll down. A little bit laggy on Unity. Why is it so laggy? If you're not seeing this, the new screen is really laggy. Okay, so let me, I guess, pull up Master Garden. Actually, we can probably pull up just the schedule, I think. Campaign, go to calendar. Assuming it loads. Some of the calendar stuff has been really rough. We have the new revamp system for the Sanctuary that came along, from what I remember. We've had 4 different banners that are like kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily mattered, but Why is the game so laggy? It's only when I'm looking at the campaign stuff. That's really weird. Very odd. Because I've been having issues with my computer recently. It's kind of GPU intensive stuff, among things. But regardless of that, so we've had a total of about approximately, I want to say 3 Shadowfests, but we've had at least 2, I know that for fact. So we had Shadowfest Liz, we had Shadowfest Gamma for sure in August. Let me see if I can have a summary. Like, not a summary, but like Master of Garden. Master of Garden. Notes. I'm trying to see if I can come with anything particularly interesting. Yeah, I can't look at the news for some reason. It's not really letting me open them up. I could click on this and then it lags for some reason. It's bugging out so much. Why are you bugging out so much? Is this a recording thing? Let me see if I can push it full Master of Garden Passions. So now we've had Gamma. When did Gamma come along? Was she that? No, because she came through. I didn't actually make a banner video for Gamma. Because she came during the Sanctuary, so I wasn't going to summon on her. Unless she came out a little bit earlier. PSA, July 29th. Yeah, she should have come like towards like the end of July. That's so peculiar. Yeah, no, but I wanted to make like more video, but like I guess I can't. Okay, I guess I'll give my counter groups. I was gonna do some other stuff, but yeah, and apologies for like I wish I could edit a little bit more, and I should. It is kind of nice to just kind of talk about the game and just kind of see what you guys' perspective on it is. But regardless, let me give you guys at least a summary from what I remember from the month. So we've had at least 2 different banners. We've had Summer of the Wilds. We can actually just pull this up right here, actually. Yes, we're gonna go to issue story. We're gonna go to event stories. Oh, can we just go to quest actually? Quest. Event quest. Okay. So over the past month, right? So the past month before a dreamy summer review, we've had these 2 ones. These were part of the August campaign. We've had these 2. The dreamy summer review was we had let's see, we had the having to blue these ones. We had Summer Night Bloom Aurora, and we had this one Lady of Elegy Lady of Elegy Elizabeth, right? So we had Liz and Rose who came along with us. We also had the revamp of the summer event, previous summer event campaign. I believe is it the Midsummer Triangle? We had these 2 character drops as well. We had Summer Epsilon, Summer Red Epsilon, as well as Summer Red Beta. We had Tank Beta, as well as the just Attack Epsilon. We had those 2 come along, as well as I believe that Dreamy Sunset also came through as well. Yeah, this was part of Summer in the Wild event for that stuff. We had those 4 banners kind of come through. For rerun banners, they came as dual banners. We had Summer Claire, as well as Summer. What else do we have actually? I can see it here. Summer Alexia. Okay, so we have those two coming through. So that's part of the monthly banner. This is what we have. We're still they're likely to run in a perhaps like a quadruple banner ideally for the next year. I'm not entirely sure. These banners actually took quite a bit for to show up rather. I was a little bit confused by when they first showed up, but regardless of that, we had those two. Then we had these 4 units that came through that were new. Summer Alpha as well as Summer Zeta. That's her name, right? Yeah, Summer Zeta. Which were really good, decent units, I think, for the time. I believe these were blue units. Yeah, so both of them were blue. They were decent enough. They did the job. In the case for these two characters, most of the rerun banners are quite mediocre. So it's really hard to say if they're any good towards the end. A gift from Miss Santa is probably the best that we've had banner wise. This is probably one of my favorite ones. I came through around here back from there. I really stuck around when I first saw Alexia as well as what's her name? Because I did finish this thing pretty much. So I cleared this event, I cleared that one. This was back when events were a lot easier. And a lot different scaling for sure. I know if you did the challenger boss, it was much easier for sure. And I doubt that we're gonna properly rerun these, but we had those things for the summer event, right? So we had these two, we had the two. So what did I get exactly from this banner event, or from these banners? So if I go from unobtained, or I guess I don't think it says right there, but I believe I got a couple of dupes. I didn't get her, sadly, from the most recent thing. I wanted to get Gamma, but I was winning on somebody else to come through, which was Aurora, ideally, but she kind of was too specifically bleed related, so I didn't really want to pull on her. So she didn't really pan out, essentially, right? So she wasn't quite what I was looking for, so she kind of ended up getting the backhands no thank you, perhaps a different day. And so I became a little bit disappointed with her, realistically, is what ended up happening. She wasn't necessarily a bad unit, she was bleed related, she wasn't bad overall. But for different units that actually kind of came through during this past month, we had, and I ended up summoning her because I love her design. Epsilon is one of my favorite characters, which is a little peculiar for me. It's something I never really thought about. Her character designs is really cute, as well as just her overall kit is honestly been better than I would have expected for her. But yeah, for her case, she's quite good. And I'd love to focus more on her personally, at least for the utility-wise that she's had, because she's quite good. But I think my main issue with her specifically has just been she's a tank. She's a tank. She was kind of dropped in front of me, and she was decent. But aside from that, character-wise, it's just been pretty fine. Nothing necessarily crazy. We've had her this is to me, this is a different version of a different tank of Epsilon, and people in the Reddit had mentioned this as maybe we'll get an attack Epsilon, which would be perfectly fine with me because that means that my what's her name, my secondary tank, my elf tank, would actually not get replaced, which it did kind of. What ended up happening is that she is just going to be my mono red team. And I'm going to have to create a mono red elf team, which she's not going to be a part of because, of course, she's not. Though ideally, it might actually be something interesting to kind of pop off with her if I wish to test it, right? If I were to theoretically test a team, right, we'd kind of see this. So we're going to go with red tank, just having red. So what we're going to do is here. possibly this. Huh. She actually has higher precision than she does. How is that possible? If I were to use green clear, that's really weird. Okay. She's got higher precision than even she does. That's kind of weird. Aurora has like super late positioning. She's got like nearly as much late positioning as a healer does, which is surprising. So other than that, I guess I probably should go dual healer would be the idea for her. Because the thing is about her is that she is, so with that, we're gonna remove clear, and then we're gonna go with perhaps Epsilon. Not Epsilon, but her. Yeah, this is like the best theoretical way to kind of like use her to our advantage. But aside from that, because she doesn't do quite enough damage, she doesn't get any benefit from her stuff, which is kind of what upset me about it. I think what I'm gonna need is like a really like attack damaging like tank or like healer. That is what my next move is gonna be for that type of stuff. But aside from that, like it's really just kind of like peculiar kind of like drops that have been happening lately. It's really weird. It's been like a really weird couple months because this hasn't really been anything like quite as good. And there's been some stuff that's been really obnoxiously good. For the case of there is a dual unit for Epsilon as well as Beta. That's the Shadowfist Beta and Epsilon. That unit is really good. Let me see if I can actually pull up an image from him. And it's really kind of difficult at times to like find some images for this type of stuff because Twitter doesn't really have like the best imaging process, and I know Reddit is a bit of a not a background, but it's kind of weird sometimes. We have here. We look up Beta. Save image. Now I'll show up. SF. Thumbnails. Okay, I'm just gonna take a screenshot and then download it. But yeah, no, like let me give you guys like kind of like a rundown. For the case of these characters, it's been really decent for me. It's been just really slow. It hasn't been anything quite that I wanted to pull on. Gamma was the only other option that I wanted to pull on, but it hasn't really been quite that good per se. Because Gamma was like in that spot where it's like she's a really good unit that I didn't really want to pull on because it wasn't quite what I wanted. And a lot of these units that have been coming out, a lot of the selection banners have been really good. And I don't know if anybody has really noticed this, but like the new characters have more congruency and more synergy with some of like the Shadowfest at times, which makes sense. But at the same time, they have more synergy. Period. Some of the selection banners, and they can be pulled on. If you guys aren't aware of these, don't ever actually summon up in the selection banners. Not because they're a bad value unit, but because you can actually get them through like standard summoning. So if you check in here, right? So we check this thing. This is the probability of these characters. If we check in here, you can get the characters. They just come in towards whenever they're no longer available in the selection banners. Literally a banner after, and then they're available. That's how these things work. That's how they work. So it's sometimes better to just wait until there's maybe a unit you want and then start summoning on this. Because that's what I started doing, and like there will be a point where there have so many units that release that you'll actually see, hey, I have a lucky unit, let's summon on this and let's see how it goes. Because I originally just kind of like summoned to summon, but I think what I'm going to be doing from now on is if I want a particular character, I'm gonna wait until the like selection banner like passes and then I can actually summon on this. Because right now this is the only way to get this character is through the selection banner. And the selection banner is kind of bad, really. It's a similar pity as the other banners. You get more the more characters you get. So that means if you get 4 characters, you can pretty much max duper for like really easily. But it's really bad. It's kind of bad. That's all I gotta say for these. And that's something I had to learn, right? The selection banners are not necessarily like scams per se. They are more selective. They are more selective. Some of them are reruns. Claire, this is the blue Claire. She's a really good unit. She has demon buff. And I have a weapon. I have this thing. I don't have to actually summon on this. But you can also get it from the regular summons. You can also get it from the SS rank summons. And that's something I had to notice myself. And there's so many options of like as to how to get the characters, because even that's like just slow progression, really. That's kind of how it is. I will no longer have to summon on this, by the way. I have enough rarity shards to kind of like leave this be. But in my case, now what I'm gonna have to do is pick another character that are like possibly actually this Dancing Claire, and then start summoning on this because I would like to get her. This is like the next character that I'd like. That's like really good. Blue character wise, she is probably like one of the best healers, and I literally got her like as I was about to make this video, which is why I was like, hey, guess what just happened? 5 minutes in, like 10 seconds in, by the way. That was from the weekly summons, by the way. The weekly summons are stupidly good sometimes, and I've had that happen twice. Not the same banner, but fairly recently, to be completely honest. Which they've got better rates, I think. They've got like a pretty decent rate for SS drops, and it's pretty good. I don't know if like they have like a certain amount of weekly summons that they're going to be doing, or is that just one weekly summon a week? Because I remember there's like something like a limited thing, but anyway, it's just been kind of decent. My draws have been good. Nothing necessarily like outstanding per se. I think like the harshest one I ever had to go through was this one. I got her like relatively early. Also, as well, the same case for Delta. I've got her early. Epsilon, I definitely got her early. So these 3 characters have been like my biggest pulls for the game, and they've been really good. Other than like Alpha, which has really good support capabilities, and she could have genuinely just been like a really good. She's like a support class DPS. She is really good at like giving like buffs and like basically getting past the damage cap, which is what Charge was. She is the first character to have the increased damage cap, which can be really good if you're trying to like do some runs with certain characters like that, and it can be really good. The character that I'm quite excited for is her. The problem that I hate so much, is her ability. Grants 2 charge on first and second elementals. Alice with highest attack on first and second elemental attacker. I don't know if that's her that is my problem. I will have to double check actually. Let me, because I don't have there's no stage right now that I could try. So actually, event quest. I could actually find one actually. Is there such a thing as that? I think that the producer would try boss hunt. Oh, we do have challenge. Okay, so let's try this. I think she's immune to like most of the important stuff. You don't actually get anything for that. We're actually going to go a little bit farther back. I don't know when they started introducing the boss hunt. Nope, also no. So they introduced challenge hunts to that one. I think this one also had one as well. Yeah, this one was the first one to have had it. Did this one have it as well? Let me try the holiday event. Gift from Miss Santa. Plus one challenge. Okay, this one had it. 53k battle power. We're gonna try it here. Now we don't actually get anything from this, but we're gonna do, and partly for testing some stuff out, I will be kind of just gonna start using some stuff. So in the case for her, we're gonna swap her out for the new confirm. What she says is she gives buffs to the first and second. Grants charge on first and second irrelevant at allies with the highest attack for 60 seconds. So I don't know if this means. I hope this means her, by the way. Because I'm not really sure. I think it does. But I'm not entirely sure. Like, thinking and knowing is, like, really confusing with this stuff. I don't know if they're immune. I don't know if the guy is, like, immune to bleed totally or not, but I will have to double check later. But let's happen to this. This is kind of like one of my ideal teams. Well, kind of ideal. The new red Beatrix is really good. I would love to have her in this place. And realistically, this would just be kind of like a mostly like elf team. I think she gives buffs to elves on top of it as well. Yeah, I think is that part of her thing? Healing boost and with highest attack charge. And that. Charge. Grants charge on first and second irrelevant attackers with highest attack for. So it should theoretically be her and her, but I'm not really sure. Aside from that, let's try it out. But kind of to give you kind of a rundown. So these are the characters that I've been like really looking forward to getting. But it, like, I'm not entirely sure if they work with me or not. That's what I'm upset about. Oh, okay, so they're actually getting, these two are actually getting it. Okay. Never mind. They actually work better than I expected. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna cover Alice HP. Go with that. Go with that. Go with that, and we're gonna go with this. And we're gonna do this. Another demon power, then we're gonna do this. Because I was complaining that she wouldn't be useful. I'm just talking out of my ass. That's what's happening. Because you see those stats, right? You see those stacks, the little sword stacks? That increases my damage cap by 50,000. Which is actually really disgusting. That might actually hurt me. A little bit. We're gonna do this. We're gonna boost attack. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That. You have 11. Oh, disable. Healing and then boosting attack. We're gonna go with her next because she is the one with the highest sword count. And let's see how much she does. Because that's what I've been curious about, just seeing the damage output. Oh my god! It works! I've been lying! Oh my god, I can't believe it! She's also got damage cap. Oh my god, she works much better than I thought. I'm lying. I'm a lying piece of shit. 129,000 hunt points. That's nice. Not like that'll do anything now, but that's so nice. That's so good. That's so good. Oh my god, really? Oh my god, 839k for her? Well, no, not that. That's the second one. That's so good. She's instantly getting her passive. Because I've been like, man, she's not that good. No, she is. She is. It is so overly complicated, some of these passives. That's been my complaint with some, so I can't understand these. So with this section, it says the first is like your two characters, the strongest characters that you have, will get the boost. That's what it is. It's not like, hey, the first and second slot are the ones that are gonna get it. No. The characters with the highest attack get charged for 60 seconds, which is the entire match. There's a cooldown for 3 seconds, but you can like get that really high as soon as you get like the second thing, because this will get boosted up to what, 2x every 3 seconds, right? So that's 2 charges every 3 seconds for a maximum of what? By the time I hit, I did 839k. Like, Aurora only typically hits at the maximum 590k because of her like extra skill. But that actually makes me so happy because I've been like kind of what I would consider the coping. I'm so glad it actually works. I've been like lying. I've been like, I'm like, oh, like I feel like I've been lying to myself to say that she's good. No, she's actually good. I've just been like confused. Some of these, I'm telling you, some of these passages don't work exactly how I read them. It's like, man, so it's only this first and second slot? No. What this means is that the first and second people that have like the highest attack get that extra bonus. This makes her like a really good unit. And I apologize for me like something like doing like that, but like, holy, this actually makes her like, because I've been like, I'm actually going to summon her again. If I'm, I don't want to. I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. But my god, she's good. I will definitely be spending the rest of stuff on her, because that means damage cap-wise, she is like a necessity for getting past the basic damage cap. She is truly a necessity. Getting her twice is going to be absolutely insane. And actually, I will double check something, because I know for a fact that I kind of skimped out on like the daily stuff, but I should have. I don't have enough like dupes or homework. This should have dropped. Nope, still not. Versus? They're still tallying the rankings. Let me claim my rewards. I didn't get my 300k. I fell asleep. We have it at 12 a.m. It's too late. I think I'm gonna move something back to 8 p.m. Because I can actually do that. I've been like super tired. I'd rather do 8 p.m. I'm gonna double check that stuff. Guild. Pardon me one second. Okay, I have expected that to happen, but I cannot change guild times until the event is over. Regardless, okay. So the new Epsilon's actually much better, and I will actually have to go back to the unit. I ended up summoning because I thought she'd be like, she's just good for the first and second slot. But no, you don't actually have to worry about the slot count, because I know some characters that have that as like the main thing. But just the strongest attackers that you have get that. That's perfectly okay with me. That is a-okay. I can live with that. I can totally live with that. That is crazy to me. That is disgusting. That means I can actually use her properly. And that means she gives herself boost, which means like she'll basically gives herself invincibility really, really quickly. Lowers defense on all enemies. But yeah, I will be soon. Man, that's so good. I'm like so happy. And I know this is like really kind of like an ever video. But yeah, that's gonna get like just kind of like a bunch of stuff to like look out for. The characters are good. Epsilon after trial and error and testing her, she is much better than the first one she thought. She is actually what I would consider a bit of a must pull. The reason behind it, she gets an amazing hidden technique. She is really good. Lowers like ally damage taken. Her awakening stuff is really good. She gives even like the charge, right? The charge is really quickly. Yeah, okay, it says shields damage of all allies, further grants you 2x charge for 60 seconds if second elemental. So she'll also give like charge for much like longer. Yeah, so further grants if red elemental. Its all change is 2x of all allies behind self. For 15 seconds, further grants 2 charge for relevant. Okay. A bit odd whenever I see that done, but notice they push the thing a bit further with the text and they kind of like automatically put that underneath it, but whatever. But yeah, no, she's really good. Grants 2x charge on single attacker ally with highest attack with force 6. It also grants charge on top of it. Man, she's like your all, and dude, I'm telling you, the only reason I wanted her was because of her link gear. Because basically what this does is each time debuff is inflicted on an ally, anybody, 5, it cancels 5 debuffs. This is the maximum granted, but every 5 seconds she'll remove debuffs. 5 of them. She is a buff cleanser, a buff giver, so she's gonna give buffs like crazy. Which, by the way, I'll tell you something that I've been like annoyed a little bit. So I tried the most recent sanctuary. I don't know if like this is the same sanctuary this time around. It might be. It's green, so I believe it's also red again. So we have the green sanctuary. Yeah, off again. So I cleared this one. It's going to be another red unit, I believe, the next time, that or possibly blue. But yeah, no, I cleared this one, I cleared the second one, I cleared the green one. I completely forgot this was a green thing. I cleared the red one before, which I was kind of confused by, but regardless. So this is the green sanctuary. We cleared it, we did it, whatever. This sanctuary was really hard at the end because of Aurora giving us a bleed. I thought she on her own would keep us safe, but no, you actually need bleed resistance. The sanctuary this time around have been like really peculiar. I think like the current iteration is probably the nicest one, but I still had to do it 3 times to get like the better like option. And I kind of wish I could have recorded that a little bit more. And I may record this one because like the sanctuary has been like really weird. So I can clear these ones like on auto, even this one with my preferred team. Because this is just how like red teams are. Like my red team is really strong. Is I would consider this my strongest team, period. And that's because I got lucky with these my two girls here. I got real lucky with them. I will likely be using her to like as an alt rusher. She is really good and really fast to like ultimate with. She will most likely be kind of put into a bit of like an odd spot. I think the main issue with Beatrix, right? So she's really good. She's really tanky. But she does a lot of the things. She also boosts damage output by a ton. I should check it out right here. Damage boosters against your charge. That's the first one. Shields damage of all allies. And this is a recurrent shield, by the way, which is something I've been really craving because I love Beatrix's shield. It's really good, but it's based on her weapon. It raises own defense, further shields damage by 100% of your shields attack. If she taunted, she'd be really good. She's also like has like a decent like her passive is really good for like ulting. And what it does is, right, 10 seconds after start wave, recovers SP of single ally with the highest attack by 500. This will basically get your ultimate in like half the time. I didn't know what this did, by the way, and I've had to learn that the max amount of ultimate that you get is like 1,000. So her getting paired up with what I thought was doing it was her stuff, right? So she does help a little bit. But she recovers the damage every time she hits somebody. She recovers the SP of a single ally. It's much faster if you get her awakened. So she's like a really good like ultimate gauger, and it's not just a one-time thing. So she can be really good. She's kind of like more like Gamble, but her stuff, the racist SP restores by 10% of her elemental class but for 30 seconds, right? So she's gonna be like really good. So she basically makes me ultimate really fast. I think her getting paired with like Beatrix is really like a good like instant hit combo for like stuff like Guild, or like not Guild Wars, but like the Armageddon is really good. But yeah, no. So that's what's been happening. I just found out my character that I summoned on, which I thought was a total kind of like almost not necessarily like a waste of space per se, but it was just right there. I thought she was right there. I thought Epsilon was almost there. Like if she had buffed all red elemental allies, she would have been perfectly like good. But no, I'm just dumb. What she does is much more specific, and it definitely includes the character who I want to be buffed. Her buffing Aurora was my goal. That was my intention. She does, and I'm crazy for the fact of not reading this properly. Some of these things don't actually get explained properly, because the way they word this is like really weirdly. And I'll read it again because I seem to be confused sometimes. So grants charge on first and second red elemental or attacker allies, right? This is what drove me to the wall. I hate this so much. The way they worded this means that it will basically exclude your third one. And in the case for my strongest DPS, it would have meant she doesn't do anything. She doesn't get buff. She doesn't get the things I need her to get. And that means she absolutely gets excluded from that 50k buff every single time. Alpha is good. Alpha is considered decent. She is a chart, so further increases attack by 10%, which is nice. She should have been more like similar to like the case for Aurora or like Epsilon. Yeah, she like the crit rate is really good, and she also grants charge on self, which is also decent. She is basically your guaranteed crit unit. She will make you crit like crazy, which is nice. I don't know what her like crit rate is like 137. No, like her actual crit rate is. This is a crit. This is crit damage. So 137 is what her crit damage is. I don't know what everybody's crit damage is, but it's quite good. Aurora keeps getting like the damage cap, which is probably better. The reason she herself is better is because Demon Power is such a strong ability. Demon Power can also give it to any other ally. She kind of gives it to herself most of the time, but I think her grants Demon Power on 2x random attacker ally, raises accuracy for all. This is like this passive is probably like the best part ever, like that she has. So she will give it to like the party. So she's not just giving herself like attack power, like she's not just giving herself like demon power. She's giving everybody. That's what she's one of my favorite units. I didn't know what demon power did. I was like so curious. What is this demon power they're talking about? And it's just like an entirely new buff. And I was so hyped for the charge effect to do something that I was really sad by like just the fact that she doesn't do what I need her to do. She is kind of a depressing. She is saddened. She made me sad. The reason being is because her kit should have been more of a support kit. She gives everybody crit rate, but the charge effect doesn't really matter for her that much because she doesn't raise her own attack enough for that to matter. She doesn't do anything like crazy. She is just like give everybody crit, and this is really decent. But I got her duped once. If this wasn't duped at all, so yeah, it doesn't like let me see it, but if this wasn't duped at all, she'd do less. She'd do less, which is even sadder. Her kit is good off the bat. It only gets better from here. The first and second slot are really good. And I know I'm just like kind of like sucking up to these characters, but no, this is like all I can really say, because that's all the characters I get. All the banners, all the characters have been seen. We had so many summer events. I'd liked we've had like the different characters, different quests. Mature quest has been just the same repetition. If you ever want to like understand how I have this much gold, literally just max out your like story quests. Do this, click this, and then skip. Every single time you're gonna get maxed out stuff, and if you already do this, good for you. Don't drive yourself crazy, because I do this every single day, and I do my dailies and stuff. Because they're relatively simple, I think. And they're like a 10-15 minute thing. And it doesn't feel like that much of a pain, because it's all like the same screen. And I don't have to move anything. It's just the mouse button. That's it. I click a button, and move on. But there hasn't really been anything per se that's really quite astounding. The biggest thing that we're gonna have drop, again, is probably the second part of the Apocrypha story. We're having, so this is like, we're gonna, I think, continue from here. You get 3,000 from just having this cleared. You also get about 1,500 of the stuff. I may post that below because I did actually have that in the thing. But yeah, no, we have Requiem of Scattered Shadows. You get like a 5-day login bonus. It's up until the 5th. If you're unaware of it, make sure to log in. You have, what, 5 days? 4-ish days to kind of claim at least the 1,500. And I do apologize for some of the stuff. Like, I wish, I wanted to make like more content on this episode. But some of the stuff is really like tedious. And if you're playing the game, you're playing the game. If you're not, you're not. There's nothing else I can really say for this. Master of Garden is such a like give and take from you, and it's really had like this rough pit. It falls down into this pit of like, let me lower the volume for these characters. It falls into the spot where I don't like gachas to drop in, where it's got good characters, it's got amazing story, but it just falls off in like the execution. I didn't like L. I didn't like the characters at all. I didn't like how they did some of this stuff. I didn't like it. I don't like it. I like the characters. They look absolutely gorgeous. But me not being able to summon on some of the banners is truly soul crushing. And I understand sometimes you shouldn't be able to. But this is not like something you do, like, it's not anything difficult. There's no weekly rewards for like PvP. The most I get is shards, which is nice. I'll tell you something, the free selection characters are nice. They're always nice. But the problem is, selection characters aren't the limited characters. The limited characters are the ones I want. And you can ignore every selection character, but some of them can be truly meta-defining. I think one of the most meta characters to this day that can like make or break PvP for you is, unironically, I say unironically, it's just Victoria. Merciless Blade Victoria, when she released, is truly disgusting. Her kit is so overwhelmingly strong that is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Her kit is like, she will literally not be able to die. Raises damage received for single attacker with highest attack by 30%. When parted with Sit in Shadow. Second effect, raises on attack with 20%, increases damage. If not party, because she's got two different, so she'll do more if she's with Sid. And even on her own, I've seen meta teams, even Anna Rose, who I thought was going to be like, hey, she's good, she's a good character. She does so much. Her passive itself will basically make any like human team unkillable. At start of wave reaches an attack by 25% multiplied by numbers of humans in party. Further reaches evasion by 25% for 5 seconds in the beginning of the party. Multiplied by the number of humans in the team. So if we have 4 humans, they're done. They're done. You can't kill them for 5 seconds. Evasions is so high, you can't hit them. Your accuracy is never going to be high enough for that to matter. I realize that now. That's what's happening. Okay. Well, yeah, no, this, account-wise, nothing has changed other than I've got her. She's actually meta-defining, as I would consider her. She's going to be the difference between you being able to output more damage or being capped at it. The new, I've been, like, working towards Iris, but then the other Carol dropped, and so I dropped everything for her, so she has my attention. She's rank 14. I've had a couple, like, I've more stuff for her, like, maxed up since the anniversary. And if you aren't aware, we do have a couple of months before anniversary, so you might want to, like, rein it in for what you want to summon on and really think about it, because we're, like, 3 months away, I believe. And how do I know this? So Armageddon, I believe, was in the 21st. This is our 21st Armageddon. If we look at... I guess our titles would be where it's at, right? Come here. Actually, I could probably look at this World Versus and Dark Knight Duel. Yeah. Checking rankings, prior day, total rankings. Previous. Another one. Actually, I lowered. Okay, that's kind of sad. But aside from this, we're I believe we're on the 21st of the Armageddons, so that's kind of like something to kind of be pointing out here. We're closing into anniversary. We're a little bit past the first. We're a little bit past like the 5 months already. If we actually take a look at the West, I believe, and Midwest. The anniversary happened during the Producer in the Shadow. We are what? So how long ago did this happen? Let me double check. So that dropped during the... How many months ago? Producer... June 3rd. June 3rd is when we had like the last one. This was 1, 2, 3 months ago. If we're halfway there, 3 months ago, we got another 3 months to go. So be aware of it. In 3 months, we're most likely going to be in the second anniversary. Be aware of it. Dropping this stuff. And I know, like, if you watch through this, thank you very much. I don't expect anyone to watch it realistically, but this is going to be like kind of like just an overall update, an overall like clunking in a bunch of different things, kind of talking about it, and just kind of like going over stuff. Feel free to comment. This will be active until the end of time, realistically, or until my end of my time. But there's many different things that just the game has just done to kind of like throw a wrench into plans. Many different things. I love talking about this game because I just love the Eminence of Shadow. That's kind of what it is. That's really what it comes down to. The Eminence of Shadow is one of my favorite animes. Is one of my favorite shows, period. I wanted to get into this game so badly, I never could because I never got what I wanted. And that's petty, I know. But it kind of makes sense to me. Like, if you don't get what you want in the beginning, you're never gonna... The game's not good. The game's not good. It wasn't necessarily good on release. I wouldn't necessarily say it's that good quite even now. Past, like, a year and a half. I started making more videos consistently because of this game. So I'll give it credit where credit is due. I wish it could have been like a little bit better. And I just genuinely just wish I've had a better experience overall for this type of stuff. But you're not gonna get what you want. It never really work that way. we're approximately, in my case, we're approximately almost 10 months since I first started uploading, which I'm very happy about it. And if y'all like enjoy my content, I appreciate y'all very much. We will most likely be making more videos like this soon enough, and I will be planning on making more things among among them. Thank y'all for my 30 subs, and I appreciate y'all for if you're tuning in for now, or if you're tuning in for every other video, thank you very much for watching. Just thank you. There's nothing else I can say. Y'all, whenever I get to talk to you, even when people that are not necessarily don't like me or the stuff, I just appreciate the talking for it. Thank you very much for that. And feel free to come again. I enjoy talking to people, and I enjoy more than anything helping others when I can. I will be trying to upload more helpful content, and I will try to be more direct on certain things. I'm planning to become better overall. We're just gonna have how it goes. But yeah, that's been it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you're looking forward to anything, be aware in 3 days. A couple of things happen. So we have reset for this. We have, I believe, reset for ZCC, and I will be uploading videos on that soon enough, because I am gonna be summoning on the Jane Doe banner this one. So watch out for that. I haven't been playing it as often as I wish I could, but it's one of my games that I just play when I can or when I want to, really. It's kind of like in that spot where Woo was Woo I play daily. Woo is my kind of like a similar place where Master of Garden is, where it's just like my daily game. I log in, I come out, and I'm done. Kind of consider checking in, checking out, kind of stuff. Well, yeah, that's been it for videos, and I apologize for this one off for a little too long. I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you have anything to say, do it or whatever, this will be uploaded ideally on the 1st. More often, I'm going to try and make this before the day before, to kind of give a breakdown of anything that has upset me, or just kind of let down. I think, for example, in my case, Gamma was probably the most upset I've been for a bit. But other than that, just past month has been decent enough. This Shadowfest was probably my favorite drop that they've had for a bit. Gamma was gonna be up there, but it wasn't it. It wasn't it. I wasn't quite sold on it. Epsilon, I like Epsilon more than Gamma, which I found a little bit strange, but perhaps it's just the story's talking to me. Anyway, yeah, have a good one, and stay safe. Bye-bye.